today, I know nobody's on here yet, but I kind of wanted, because I know I'm going to save this live. I kind of wanted to just talk a little bit about just a little bit of inspiration I've felt this morning. I woke up feeling so crazy inspired. Like, I don't know why. I don't know what, who, where, when. But I just woke up just feeling like I need to create. And secretly, I don't even know what I'm going to do. But I just woke up feeling like, you know what? I need to create something. I just felt so inspired just waking up today. It was so peaceful. It was so serene. However, you know, I've been feeling a little bit nauseous. I'm like still sick, but I'm like, whatever. Let me hop on and like create something really fast. Well, depending on how long it takes. It could be fast, it could be long, depends. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing today. I want to get something really fast because what I'm about to get is going to like help my edges because they're obviously doing things that I didn't ask them to do. This is like a fake little what is that hair called? Marley twist hair. Because y'all know I shaved my head bald last year. It's growing back considerably faster than I thought it was going to. Like, I would say it's about out to here, like when it's blown out, like afro. So it's growing in really nice, and my curls are growing in really nice and pretty, and they're easy to maintain. But I just want my hair to be completely back already. But I wanted to get this tool thing, so hold on one second. I'm gonna take y'all with me. Because I went to the beauty supply store yesterday and I bought this thing, and it's for your edges. And this is the first time I've ever used one, but I'm pretty sure it's like popular on YouTube or whatever the case may be. Probably. If it isn't, then I'm gonna let y'all know about it. It's called, sorry, it's all like yucky and dirty, but I just used it yesterday and it has like my hair products on it. But it's called Red by Kiss. And this thing is a freaking lifesaver. It has a small little brush side, and then it has the comb side that is so fine that like if you're doing any kind of like bun or anything to like slick your edges and you want your edges to like really swoop, these little fine tooth combs are going to really swoop those baby hairs down. So I just thought I would share that because I don't know, like maybe somebody wants to know how they, you know, could do their baby hairs better. I just saw it and I was like, oh, let me try this out. You know, because usually I would just use a comb or a brush. Like, it's not that big of a deal. But it was only like $1.50, so I was like, all right, let me see if, you know, it actually does something. And I'm actually surprised it does. It's better than using a toothbrush, which is what I would use as well. Besides, I'm trying to find my edges stuff that I use on my edges. Hold on. It damn, where is that? But I was saying that it's better than using a little toothbrush because it actually does work. Where is the stuff I use for my edges? I know I ain't going crazy, child. I don't know where it is. Hold on. Because this is about to drive me nuts. Oh, here it is. I knew I wasn't going crazy. I'm like, I know I have it. Okay. So this is what I would use. Style Factor. I'm sure y'all heard of this. This is like kind of low-key a staple now. My edges are pretty long. It's just that they're kind of curly. So anyway, just apply. I use the spatula side to kind of smooth it out a little bit, you know. It's like a little spatula. I'm just gonna apply it everywhere where it needs to be pretty much applied. Anyway, but it's really, really a good comb. Look at that. It just pretty much helps styles it. We're gonna get to the makeup in a second, y'all. I'm just so happy about this. And this is not even like a paid, like, I'm not getting money for this. This is actually like, I actually like this. And I wanted to share it with y'all for real, for real. Because I thought it would be like beneficial. Look at that. See? Isn't that nice? Like, that is very nice. It like helps it out so much. This is a really good product. I'm actually like, okay, impressed. You know, I don't really get impressed by much products lately. Because I just kind of feel like everything has been done, and it's been done, and maybe you can make improvements, but how much improving can you really do? It's like, how much more can you improve the wheel? You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be at the end of the day. Can't keep improving. How do you improve the wheel? It is what it is. But this is actually pretty innovative, and I like it. Okay. See, it does some wonders, you know. Now, I don't have the absolute best hairline in the world. You know, I do got a little peanut head. But she works, you know. She works. But I feel like my peanut head adds to my mystique, you know? It gives me an element of surprise. It's like, oh, wow. She has a funny shaped head. But you know what? It's all good. Everybody's got that something, right? Okay. Boom. I'm trying to make it like stay. Okay. Let's get into the makeup. So, what y'all don't know is I'm trying to grow my eyebrows back. And I never plucked them off. I've only ever shaved them because I feel like when you pluck your eyebrows, you're gonna actually lose the hair. Like, after a while, the hair is gonna grow back weaker, more fine, and less dark. I didn't want that to happen because I knew eventually when I hit like what, maybe 40 or something, I'm not gonna be messing with my eyebrows that much, maybe. Like, I don't think I will. So I was like, I don't want to cut the hair. I don't want to like pluck the hair. I want to just cut it so that it can grow back if I ever wanted it to grow back. And I reached a point in my life where, yeah, I'm not 40, but I want my eyebrows to just be completely 100% natural. So I'm letting them grow back. And I've got some growth here. Got some little new growth here on my eyebrows. We'll see how long it takes before they're like bushy again. So my eyebrows grow in super thick. And I've always hated that. But now as an adult, and I'm like smarter, I realize that having thicker brows, it's not as bad as I painted it out to be. Like, thick brows, to me, make a person look more youthful, in my opinion, or my version of youthfulness. Because everybody has their own version of what something is. Like, you know what I'm saying? To me, I could be looking youthful with my thicker brows. To someone else, I could be looking crazy. But I have a feeling that my eyebrows being thicker make me look younger. I am 29. My birthday was in May. Me and my boyfriend, we celebrated together and we had a good time. So, I'm officially 29. Which kind of is weird, but it's because I feel like I'm 23. But I'm not. And my boyfriend, he's much younger than I am. Well, not much, but he's younger than me. Alright, anyway, on to the makeups. I'm gonna do my eyebrows first, and because I am growing in my eyebrows, that doesn't mean that I can't style them the way that I want to style them. What I've been doing is applying my eyebrows the way that I would want them to look, but going over them with a really thick concealer to hide the hairs that are growing in, like this little new part right here. Like, I've been putting concealer, like a thick one, on top of it to cover the hair, so you can't even tell, which is the cool part. So I'm gonna start over here. And I mean, while I'm working on this, if you guys want, you can make some suggestions on what kind of look you want to see as far as right now, because I don't really know where I'm going with this. I just know I'm going somewhere with it. And I woke up feeling super inspired by just waking up, y'all. I didn't think I was gonna make it through the night. I was so sick. But if there's anything any of you want to see or want me to pretty much elaborate on in terms of this makeup stuff, let me know, because I feel like you've got questions and I might have the answers, y'all. Might. Depending on what the question is, you know. I don't know. But I've been experimenting with eyebrow shapes lately, and I've been doing more of a archy type of eyebrow where it's kind of like rising, coming down, and then going up like that. Normally I keep all the action up top and no action at the bottom, meaning in terms of arch, because I feel like an arch at the bottom, I don't know, I feel like that ages me. But an arch at the top, it's not that bad. I can deal with that. And I also draw hair-like strokes, as you can see here. And you just take your brush, and if you're using dip brow, I suggest dip brow. But if you're using dip brow, you can thin out your brush so that it creates thin like hairs. So I just do this a few times on the back of my hand, and that really thins out the brush so that it's super thin. You know, there may be a frayed hair there too, but you're gonna get, you know, what you need out of it in terms of it being thinner. Because I find when the brush is too thick, I can't get the hair-like strokes that I want, you know? But I feel like this is a pretty good brush for that. This is a Sephora brush. I got it years ago when I was working at Sephora and Gratis, and it's called the Pro Brow brush number 20. Hopefully they still sell this brush and haven't discontinued it, because it's actually a really good brush in terms of doing your eyebrows. Hey Tay, good to see you. Good to see you too, Frida. I got one of the baby hair toothbrushes too, works well. Yeah, it does. Like, I'm actually very pleased with it. It's one of my new favorite tools now. I only had it since yesterday, but it's already doing things that like I can't do with the toothbrush. So I definitely suggest it for girls who are having a hard time like figuring out the whole baby hair thing. Not that I was having a hard time figuring it out, but it was just kind of like the brushes and the tools that I was using previously weren't really like doing the job the way that I want the job to be done. So I was like, let me try this, because I went yesterday and I got some beeswax. You know, I've been using beeswax and hairspray to really get my hair like super sleek. I I use a little bit of gel just to kind of wet the hair at first. Okay, never mind. Start with the beeswax, right? Take some, rub it in the palm of my hand, slick the hair up. Once that's done, put it in a rubber band, do a little bit of gel, slide that up. Hit it with some spritz and brush it all up, and voila, this is what I get. But I've been using beeswax, and the beeswax is a lot better than using like a bunch of gel, which is what I would have used if I didn't know about beeswax. So I've been using the beeswax to help shape and mold my hair, and it holds up much better. It's not as crunchy. It conditions my hair, but keeps it in place, you know? Like, it's still nice and firm. So it's not crunchy, like my hair is still soft, which is perfect. So it's a good it's a good substitute, in my opinion, for using a bunch of products, you know? All right, I'm gonna try and do this eyebrow the same way. And it's been harder to do my eyebrows now that I've been growing them out, because you really have to map it out before, like, you know, you really have to know what you're doing, because the hair is like in the way and you can't really see where you're going. But because I've been doing this for so long, kind of get an idea of the shape I want to, the shape that I want to really have. Okay. And there we go. Cool. And just fill that in. It doesn't necessarily have to be perfect at this stage, because at this stage it's just the drawing. Where I want it to be perfect is when I do the concealer, because that's like the final thing. I'm trying to imagine this. And I always lean back and like assess the situation, because I find that when I don't lean back, I have two different eyebrows. That's no fun. I'm thinking the reason why I've been feeling like a little bit crappy last night is because right before bed last night, like an idiot, I ate some Popeyes. I mean, not Popeyes, Checkers. And normally I don't, normally I don't eat fast food like that. If I do, I'll like maybe have some fries. But last night I ate a whole chicken sandwich from Checkers. It didn't taste bad. Like, it wasn't terrible. Like, I needed something kind of fast and in a hurry, because I was about to go to bed and I didn't want to like go to sleep on an empty stomach, because then I would feel just as crappy. But I might as well have gone to bed with an empty stomach, because I woke up feeling like I woke up feeling nauseous. I won't say the other way that I wanted to say it in my brain. But yeah, I woke up feeling stupid nauseous. I was like, ugh, this ain't the life. This ain't it. Okay. So that looks about accurate in terms of evenness and stuff like that. I think so. I would have to thin the top of this one a little bit and just highlight underneath. So let's see how that will work. I just posted, like, if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, you should check me out. It's at Tasteface on Instagram. And I posted like this video on my Insta story of someone doing their eyebrows and they shaved their eyebrow off completely, but they did it in a way where like it looked like they had hair, and they were doing like hair like strokes, and it was magnificent. That video is so prominent in my mind because it's like, this is a good brow considering they don't have any hair. And then boom, you just highlight underneath. And what I've been doing lately to kind of like really give that 3D kind of looking brow is I take my tool, and this is a really good one for doing your eyebrows. This is the only thing I use this for, is to clean up my cat eye if I make a mistake, or to shape my eyebrow. Excuse me. And but what I've been doing as a trick lately is taking this brush with some concealer on it, and striking upwards. And what this is going to do is create some breaks in the eyebrow to kind of create more of a natural sort of look. Then I take my spoolie and I blend it in. Now what that is going to do is prevent it from looking too bright and weird and kind of off-putting. So I just do a few little strikes in there, and this is just gonna add highlights, lowlights into your eyebrow, so it doesn't look so one-dimensional. You want to have it look like there is some skin there to give it that sort of natural-esque look, that wild bushy eyebrow that I am sort of kind of going for naturally. That's why I'm growing my eyebrows out, to give more of a wild, natural sort of look. Wild, youthful look, I should say. All right, there's the other side. And like I said, I'm trying to cover up the hairs. Like this eyebrow, the hair is not as prominent as the hair on this eyebrow. This eyebrow right here is tripping a little bit because it's so dense and dark, the hair. This eyebrow, the hair is growing in a little bit lighter. Oh, child, what's that? That sounds like a transformer is outside. It literally sounded like there was a transformer shape-shifting outside just now. They might be doing construction on the street behind me, because my window is facing the back side of the apartment. Like, it's the back. So the street behind me is the one that's turning up right now with the transformers. So I'm assuming they're doing some sort of construction over there, because it sounds wild. Okay. It's looking good so far. Like I said, I like to kind of lean back to really make sure that I'm going the right way with this thing. What color dip brow? Oh, I use ebony. And if I'm feeling spicy, I'll use granite, which is pretty close to black, but not exactly black. It's kind of got a little bit of a grayish sort of undertone in there because it is kind of modeled after the stone granite. So it has that low light effect of gray in there. So it looks really nice sometimes. Sometimes it could be too dark. In the wintertime, I wouldn't use granite, but in the summertime when my skin gets a little richer, then I would use granite. But right now I'm using ebony because I haven't run out of it yet. I've had this dip brow for so long and I'm still using it. So I'm trying to use all of it before I buy a new one. But since summer is practically over, I'll probably just get ebony again. But ebony is a really good color for dark skin. If you have 1B hair, then you should definitely get ebony for darker skin. They do have dark brown, and dark brown is cute, but dark brown is really light, in my opinion. Like, it could stand to be a touch darker. It leaves something to be desired because it's not as dark as I would like it to be. But it is still a good product. If you don't have the ebony or the granite, then you could go with dark brown. You just have to be a little heavy-handed if you like your eyebrows to be darker and more prominent. But in my opinion, the dark brown leaves much to be desired. All right, so yeah, you should try the beeswax. The beeswax is actually a really good product. Like, what I like about the beeswax is that, like I said, number one, it's not crunchy. Number two, it conditions your hair if you're, you know, in the process of growing your hair like I am. It doesn't dry out your hair the way that gel can. Don't get me wrong, I did use a little bit of gel in here, but not nearly as much gel as I would have used had I not used the beeswax. The beeswax really helps mold the hair and keep it in place. Yeah, I would use that, and I like it because it also adds shine to your hair, so your hair is not flat. When I would use just gel, my hair was flat. Like, there was no shine to it. There was no, it didn't look realistic. It didn't look good. But now that I'm using the beeswax, it certainly looks a lot better. A lot better. I love the way that it adds that three-dimensional look because it has room to absorb light and shine and reflect. Well, it's not absorbing light if it's reflecting light, so it's reflecting light. Okay. Oops, kind of messed up a little bit right here. Ooh, I have to sneeze. Oof. That did not feel nice. Alright, so that looks pretty okay. I feel like the natural lighting is kind of fucking with my view a little bit. I don't know, can y'all see good? Like, does this lighting look okay? Can you really see what's going on? Or should I close my blinds? Because I kind of feel like it's blinding it a little bit. Let me see how it looks with it closed. Ooh. Let's see. Okay, I feel like it looks a little bit better. Like, you can actually see what I got going on over here. Yeah. Now I can see that this eyebrow is not dark enough at the top on this side. And also, I could see that they're too close. You know, I used to be a fan of drawing my eyebrows on after doing, like, my foundation and all that other stuff like that. Now, the way that I do it, like, I do it after the fact. Like, I do it before the fact, rather. And I find that it looks much better because I don't know, it just does. I used to be adamant, like, yo, I do my eyebrows after, but now it's like I do it before. Okay. I really like the way that my eyebrows have been coming out lately because I've been doing them a lot different than the way I was doing them previously. And I feel like it looks more, I don't know, more dimensional, I guess. Okay. Now that it's been applied, I'm gonna blend it out so that it's not super prominent when I put on my foundation. You don't want that halo brow thing going. So I just take a duo fiber brush and blend out with it. This brush is from Il Maquillage. And then I just take that brush and kind of go in the eyebrow a little bit to add that little bit of striation. You can see like skin, hair, well, hair, skin, hair. That's the kind of separation that I want to see. I don't want to see a block of eyebrow paint. Like, no, you don't want grease paint, shoe polish on your face. Like, you have to like break it up so that it looks a little bit more like, okay, she's human, you know? And I'm learning that, like, because I used to do my brows like that, like where it was just like kind of like a brick that faded out. Now I'm doing it to where I feel like it looks just a tad bit more natural. It's like super natural. Oof, excuse me. I'm so burpy. Alright, one more time, I'm just gonna fine tune my lines so that they are on the perfect side. Alright. Looks pretty good. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Alright, cool. Now I'm gonna move on to foundation, which is gonna be Maybelline Fit Me. You know, I've been using this foundation for so long now that it's like, I don't really like to even use anything else, because secretly, this is just one of my favorite things, because it's cheap, she works, and the color is pretty spot on. So, can't get any better than that. This is a Sephora Pro Airbrush number 55. And you're supposed to just use it by doing this only. Like, you're supposed to just kind of like act like it's a spray brush and it's being sprayed on your face. That was one of the things that they were like pushing when I first started working there. This brush came out and it was like, it was annoying because they really had us take a class on like this brush alone. But she works, like she does her job. Like, you know, I will give her credit, she does her job. But it's kind of like, I guess I just associate everything with Sephora as being bad when it comes to like just random stuff, because I really had a traumatic experience there. It was traumatic for me. Like, I absolutely hated working retail because of that place. See, but it is a perfect match in terms of like coloring wise. It goes all the way down, so I don't really have to like do much to manipulate this. And I honestly use less use less concealer because of the fact that it is a really good match in terms of skin color. So the color that I use, in case you're wondering, is 360 Mocha. And I use the Dewy Smooth version. I do have the other one, which is the Matte and Poreless or something like that, which I do like that version as well, but I prefer this one because although the other version is matte and poreless, I find that that makes me oily. This one doesn't make me as oily as the matte and poreless. So there is a difference. Like, it's matte and poreless the moment that you put it on, but then after a while of wearing it, she's no longer matte. She becomes oily. Like, I don't know how to like make her less oily. And you know, I used to, like, when I first started, like, not first started, but like when I was like younger, like maybe 23, maybe about like from 21 to about 26, I would always carry like makeup bags with me, and I would always have like my bag with you know, a little bit of powder, because you know, if I got oily, like I used to keep shit with me when I was like younger. But now that I'm like older and I realize makeup is going to like do what it do, I stopped carrying around a makeup bag. Like, the only thing I'll carry with me is the lipstick that I'm wearing for that day, or the lip gloss that I'm wearing for the day. But when it comes to like carrying like backup stuff, I don't do that shit no more, because it's like, honey, it's not designed to like stay on. And I think that was my problem. Like, I was like so determined to like keep the shit on and like keep it like looking nice, but I'm like, why am I doing this? You know, like I literally had like a revelation, like, why do I care? You know, because it is what it is. The shit comes off, it comes off. And if something messes up, I'm wiping all of it off. I don't care where I'm at. If something goes wrong with it, I'm wiping it all off. Like, if my eyeliner starts running all crazy, it's all coming off. Like, there's no saving it. And I've been that way because I just feel like, I don't know, like, why do I have to keep this on? Why am I fighting for this to stay? It obviously wants to come off, child. But that's just like with growing and with being more secure with myself, because there was a point where I did not leave my house without wearing my makeup on. Like, I would like be super self-conscious, and it wasn't because I was being told, oh, you're not this or that, or like being made to feel less than. Like, it wasn't no one else, it was all me. Like, I was putting that pressure on myself, you know, to always look a certain kind of way. And then I don't know what happened, but I just, one year I stopped wearing makeup to work, and I just didn't give a fuck. Like, I just was like, it's like, yo, it is what it is. Take it or leave it. And I was mostly insecure because of my post-acne scars. You know, like, I would break out, and then even if I didn't pop my pimple, like, it would still leave a scar. So it was just kind of like, like, you know, stressful, and I wanted to hide them. But then I reached a point where it's like, yo, everybody gets fucking acne, and I'm not a robot, you know? But depending on how old you are, that stage will come in your life, you know, where you're just like, whatever, it is what it is, you know? But anyway, it's pretty much all on. Now, that is the gist of it. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this kind of brush. This is a Sigma foundation brush, and this brush is one of my favorites for smoothing out the makeup. And I feel like a lot of times what we tend to do is we put the makeup on, foundation, and we don't necessarily take the time to smooth it the way that it needs to be smooth in certain areas. So like for me, for instance, I tend to get a crease line right here from smiling. So you can see this is where my crease would be. I would get a crease right here. So what I would do is I'll take this foundation brush with no foundation on it, and it's only dirty because this is what I do with it, but no foundation on it, and just smooth it out, you know, smooth out the corners of my nose, because sometimes I get a buildup of shine just on the corners of my nose, and smooth everything out. I also smooth out underneath my eyes. Nothing really happens underneath my eyes, but just for all over kind of like smoothness. I also get a little bit of shine on my chin, so I just like to take off that excess shine with smoothing out the foundation really, really well. And then I take whatever is on the brush and I slide it down the center of my eyebrows, because the brush that I was using previously is too thick to get in between my eyebrows. So I just take the brush and whatever is on it and slide that in between my brows as my foundation in between my eyebrows. And this will help, like if you have like more shiny and oily skin, this has helped me. Like I don't have oily skin. My skin actually leans towards the drier side of things, but I've learned over time that with I just applied a little bit of foundation because it kind of wiped off a little bit. But I just find that when I use a brush like this, it really does smooth out and get rid of some of that excess oil from the foundation. And it ends up being a lot smoother and a lot more natural looking. Have you tried any of the Fenty powders for under eye? So bomb. No, I haven't. But I have been using Fenty products. I have 2 Fenty products that I really like. One of them being this one, which I'm going to end up using in a few. This is Mocha Mami. And this is like a bronzer for dark skin. It's called the Sunstalker Instant Warmth Bronzer Mocha Mami. And I like this one because like literally it's the perfect amount of red for my skin, because I kind of have like kind of pinkish undertones, pinky, golden, maybe neutral. I don't really know. But this one, it helps add that warmth to my skin, like not just a contour, but a warmth, which in turn makes it look better. Then I'm gonna move on to concealer. I use the same, like the family. This is the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in Cafe 50. Do you like it better than Ebony Bronze? I'm not sure if I've tried Ebony Bronze. I don't think I tried Ebony Bronze. Because I am a creature of habit. Like I use the same things. It's really rare to get me out and get a new product. Oh, from CoverGirl. I did try that. Honestly, the Ebony Bronze was really, really nice. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I couldn't find a replacement because I was actually looking for something to replace it, and I came up with this. But the Ebony Bronze, honestly, because of the price point and because it has a little bit of shimmer in it, I'm gonna go with the Ebony Bronze low-key. I like the Ebony Bronze over this for sure. And that's like not me being like facetious or anything like that. I actually do prefer that one because it had that shimmer in it that really kind of just warms up your skin as well too, a little bit more three-dimensional, because you're having that sparkle in there, and that really does add dimension to the face in certain areas, because it wasn't chunky glitter, it wasn't like shimmery, it just added a little bit of dimension to the face. So when I blend out my concealer, I only put it in the immediate area, and I only blend out the immediate area lightly along the edges, but keep most of the product concentrated in this area, like right underneath the eye. Okay, thanks, no need for me to spend my coin then. Yeah, girl, don't. because I feel like a lot of time we get peer pressured into buying a whole bunch of new products that we don't know how to use or won't end up using because whatever the case may be. I always like to make sure I get the products that I use. I just buy them over and over again because I feel like I know what I like. I know what looks good on my skin tone and I know what works for me. So I don't really fall into the pressures of feeling like I need to get new stuff unless I'm like bored with the stuff I have and want to try something new. That's the only time I'll ever really get something new is if I'm like, let me see, what can I do to spice it up? That's how she came around. I was at the Sephora. The only time I ever go to Sephora now is for skincare or for perfume. Like the other day, I just bought my favorite perfume. Like it was an investment. You know, it does cost $150. And I know it sounds a bit ridiculous for perfume, but I'm the girl that like scents calm me. Like they make me feel good. But I did buy my Tom Ford Soleil Blanc. Or is it? Yeah, Soleil Blanc. One of the sexiest smells, in my opinion, that I've smelled in a long time. I prefer a more warm, woody smell. Like I almost like a more masculine smell. Because I don't know, I enjoy, I don't like the fresh, fruity like smells. Don't get me wrong, I do love a neroli scent. Neroli is another one of my favorite smells of all time, but that's the only fruit that I can get away with. Any other fruit I'm just kind of like turned off and like don't want to like deal with it. But aqua neroli, anything with aqua neroli, you pretty much have me sold on that. So yeah, neroli is another one of my favorites. There's one time, like, because I buy a lot of candles. Candles are, like, super important for me. I have a whole, like, mandel where I keep, like, you know, my spirit candles and my incense, my stones, my crystals, my incense, my sage. I have, like, a shrine. And, ooh, sorry. I like neroli candles. I like patchouli candles. I like white gardenia candles. I also like candles that have like a paper white smell. Or I could do a candle that has like a fresh linen smell. Or like wood, like teak wood or sandalwood. You know, like that kind of vibe. Like that's the way that I like my room to smell. A neroli, like ugh, that's how I keep my sanity, is having a room that just smells good. I like to walk into my room and smell my room smelling good. There's no way I can like have my room smelling like foot and ass. There's no way. I can't. Like I won't be able to sleep. I can't sleep in a room that's like way too like crazy smelly. Like it will make me have bad dreams in a way. And that goes the same for my body. Like I cannot walk around smelling musty. I can't have no BO. Like BO is just like such a turn off. And it's like, you know, I get nervous. Like, and I know it's not me. Like I'll be at work and I know it's not me because how meticulous I am with my body. But if I smell something like BO, I'm like, it's me. Like I start like panicking. But it's like, girl, no, you showered like how many times? Like, you know, I just have a thing about smells. I have a very sensitive nose. I smell everything. I smell stuff before I eat it. I don't know. I was probably one of those sniffing, like the canine dogs, like that can like sniff out everything. That was probably what I was in a past life, because my nose is like sharp. And I'm back with this brush to do a little bit of blending in this area. Now, this is a very in-depth way of doing your makeup. Now, secretly, yes, I do this every day. However, I know the average person who has, you know, who's not really makeup oriented or who doesn't really care about makeup, they're not gonna do this every day. But someone who cares and who maybe wants to like execute a certain look, you know, this will be for you. It's not for necessarily the everyday girl, because I understand, I get it. Like, I am the everyday girl too, don't get it twisted. Like, I don't be doing this shit every day, but when I do my makeup, this is what I do. I agree with you about the smell good scents calm me as well. My favorite is Versace Crystal Noir. I had Versace Crystal too, but it was like a purple bottle. I don't know if that couldn't have been the Noir, but it was Versace Crystal, and it was like in a purple bottle. It was like, no, it wasn't. That's Versace Versus. That's what I had. Versace Versus. It was in like a bottle shaped like this, and it was clear, and then it like turned into purple, and then a dark purple. It was such a nice scent, but it kind of aged me. That scent was a little bit, you know, matronly, I guess you could say. And I had that perfume when I was like 16. My very first expensive perfume purchase was Versace, not Versace, was it Versace? Blue, Versace Blue. I want to say it was Versace Blue. For some reason, that's the name that's coming to my mind. Because one time I was at work, and this was when I was like really young and, you know, impressionable. And I was working at an Outback Steakhouse. This was when I lived in Massachusetts. And one of my coworkers came in, and she just had this really bright smelling perfume, and it was just like, what is that? Like I couldn't get past it. It was so beautiful to me. I was like, girl, what is that? And she was like, oh, it's Versace first. Not Versace. Is it Versace? I don't know. She said the name was Blue or something like that. And I was like, oh, I have, like, that kind of opened my palette to more higher class perfumes. Because before, you know, I was doing my little Bath and Body Works. Don't get me wrong, Bath and Body Works is great. But I was doing more of my Bath and Body Works thing back in the day. So when she said that, and I looked online and I saw the price, I was like, who would pay that much for perfume? And now look at me. And I ended up buying that perfume too. Then after a while, I'm like, this little soft frou-frou, like, I don't like this little perfume. It's too light. Like, I need something more masculine, more hard, like more like strong smelling, you know? I heard Killian Love, Don't Be Shy is bomb. Supposedly that's what Rihanna wears, but it's 300, so I'll keep dreaming. If it's at Sephora, girl, listen, go to Sephora and get a sample. Listen, they do samples, like, because when I bought my Tom Ford, I was like, I'm gonna probably end up coming back for Christmas time and getting a new Tom Ford perfume for myself. So I took a few of the samples. I got one Tom Ford Mandarin Aqua, and then another Tom Ford something else, because I really like his scents because they're more they're stronger. There is one perfume that I'm going to buy, and it's by Hermes, and it's called Jour de Hermes, I believe. And that one is my all-time, like, that is it for me. Like, if I had to smell like one thing for the rest of my life, it would be either the Soleil Blanc by Tom Ford or Jour de Hermes by Hermes. Those two are very classic unisex smells. Maybe not the Soleil one, but definitely the Hermes one is unisex, and I would suggest that one. You might like Vera Wang smells. Some are young and vibrant. I like the more like woody, smoky, more kind of noir like versions of smells. Like the ones that are meant to be more dark and like just strong and spicy. I like spicy smells too. Those are just the ones that are gonna appeal to me the most, and what will like make me say, you know what, I need this in my life. Because when the Tom Ford Soleil Blanc came out a few months ago, it came out like, I believe towards the beginning of this year, if I'm not mistaken, or last year. And when I smelled it for the first time, I knew, like, this is what I need to be rolling out with. Like, people need to smell this on my body because it works so well with my chemistry that I needed to have it on deck. So I finally mustered up the courage to actually buy that shit because it is a pretty penny. But I do think it's going to be worth it because I enjoy the smell so much, and I like the way it makes me feel when I get a whiff of my own self, you know? Like, ooh, yes, I'm okay. Yeah, this makes me feel comfort. And my boyfriend likes it too. Like, you know, he said this is very like fitting of me. Like, this is me. Which I was like, okay, you know what? You're right. At first, when I first smelled it, I couldn't put my finger on if I liked it or not because, truth be told, it does have kind of like a older woman kind of like musk to it in a sense, but it's still really, really, really pretty and good and light. Like, I can still be light with it. Is my phone charging? Because next thing I know, the phone dies and cuts my video in half. And then I'm going to be mad, and then I'm going to be mad and mad and mad and mad. Okay, hold on. I had to plug in my charger. Okay, sorry. I had to check and see if it was actually charging, and it is. Okay. Yeah. So the powder that I use to set my highlight is from Ben Nye, and it's called Olive Sand, and it is the perfect mixture of topaz. It has a bit of green in there, and it also has just a tad bit more of a yellowish tinge. Like, you don't see green like immediately looking at it, but it is green. It has some green in there for sure. So it's going to counteract and balance out any redness that you may have for you. I just tuned in. What was the perfume? Oh, it was Tom Ford Soleil Blanc. And it's like it's sort of a summery smell in the sense because it does have some bright citrus in there. But it has more of a musky smell that can transfer into the fall, and it's spicy and woody, so it can definitely transfer into the fall. So I'm not concerned about it being kind of out of season because of that strong sort of woody element that it sort of has, and musk. But it is definitely became my favorite smell over the last few months. Have you smelled Baccarat Rouge 540? I think you would like it from what you described. It smells so good. No, I've never even heard of that brand. is that gonna be in Sephora? Because I will go and get me a sample. I'm a sample queen. I'm not gonna lie, but it's because I know for a fact, like when I worked at Sephora, like perfume samples, like we're allowed to give them out and you can get multiple of them. So what I would do, like if I was really broke and I couldn't, like I didn't have the expendable cash to go out and get me a really nice perfume, I would hit up like 4 or 5 different Sephoras and just get the same sample of the same perfume, so that way I just have it on deck. You know, I ain't paid for it, but when I do get the money, I'm going to respectfully pay for my samples alongside my perfume purchase. Like it's all right, you know. Um, but I did get a few samples of this one before I made the purchase, because I know I have to fall in love. I need to be absolutely in love with it, you know. And that's with anything in life. If you can get a sample of it before you know, have to make a purchase, just do it. Like, why not? You know, learn it and see how you feel about it before you actually make that plunge and leap to go and buy something, seeing as though it is more of an expensive purchase. It's not just like a little $50 purchase. Not sure, but I know it's at Nordstrom. So I'll definitely check out Nordstrom. I haven't been to like Neiman's, Nordstrom, Barney's. Like I haven't been to those stores in a hot minute, and I do need a good winter jacket. So I'm gonna start looking now actually, because you know you get all the better sales now. So I think what I'll do today is actually go out there and check out what I can find. You know, do a little bit of window shopping, because your girl is kind of broke at the moment. My boyfriend's birthday was this week, well, this weekend that passed. And we had a bunch of fun, and you know, I was treating him and like giving him things that I felt like he would really like and need. So I'm pretty content, and he was very happy. Window shopping is dangerous, sis. I know it is. I know. But I'm very smart, but I wouldn't consider it window shopping. It's more so because I am going to make the purchase eventually. Like I have to get a good winter jacket. Like it's not optional. Last winter, my jacket ripped on the inside part, like of the arm, from like I don't know what I was doing, but I reached up and it just whoosh. And yes, I could go get it sewn. Yes, I can get it, but I'm like, I need to invest in like a jacket that I know I'm going to have for years, and I know that it's going to serve me right, because I had, like when I buy jackets, like I don't really think like, okay, this is an investment. Like I pay the most $150 for a jacket. I'm trying to pay like a good $300 to $400 for a jacket that I'm going to have for nearly a lifetime. Like if I can like get it repaired along the way, if something happens to it, like fine. But I just want a good quality heavy jacket that like if I have a t-shirt underneath it, I'll still be fine, because this jacket is so like, you know, powerful and strong and can withstand sub-zero temperatures. Because last winter, girl, I was nearly dead. Like it was so cold, and we had those what was they were calling it, like a vortex, polar vortex days or some shit like that. Like it was so cold, and I couldn't like deal. Like my jackets weren't really like good quality cold weather jackets. So that's what I'm gonna be making that investment in. And I also want to get a new pair of Docs. I have some Docs now, but I've had them now for about 3 years. They're not bad. They still are in good shape, but I want some fresh, girly, more girly kind of looking Docs. They kind of have like a little bit of a heel. So I might see what is on the market for Docs. I saw some at Journeys a few days ago, and I thought those were really cute, but I think I should go to an actual Doc store and see what kind of shoes and what kind of boots that they're gonna have for this season, because I want to make sure that like I weigh all my options and know that okay, these are the Docs that were for me. You know, shopping is important. You have to really do your research and take your time. This is why like I knew I wanted the Tom Ford perfume, but I didn't get it right away. I waited like 6 months to get it. I waited like 6 months to get it because I was like, oh, this is a steep investment. Let me make sure I'm actually in love with it. Let me get a sample every time I go to Sephora and like really, really fall in love with this perfume to where if I don't have it, I'm gonna be butthurt about it. And that's how I know I want to make my purchases. You know, if I can afford to buy it 2 times over, then it's safe. You know, what shade is your concealer? 50 Cafe, 30 Cafe. Well, when I first started using that concealer, it was 30 Cafe. Like, I know I'm not crazy. Like, when I first started, it was 30 Cafe. Now they switched the number to 50. So, I don't know. Maybe some stores are still selling the 30 Cafe, but the stores near me, they all are 50 now. They're not 30 anymore. Which, I don't know why they changed the number, but maybe they added an extra shade and that took the spot of the 30, but I was originally using 30 Cafe, but then it switched to 50. I saw both and was wondering, yeah, I think use the 50. The 50 is perfect, like if you're using, if you're my skin tone. So what I'm using right now is from Black Radiance, and it's the pressed powder, and the shade is Black Coffee. And this stuff is, she's sickening. Like, she is one of the best contours I've used in my life. The color is spot on for contouring. It's not too gray. Also, it's not too red. That's important too, that it's not so red where it looks like I'm looking like a hot dog or something. I don't know. That looks about right. And the reason why I use a powder puff around my nose right here is so that it can add more shape, a shapelier contour. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Now I'm gonna take my contour brush, which recently decided to detach. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? But I can't be too mad because it's like, yo, I bought this brush for like $3, so I can't really be too mad. It's annoying, yes, but I guess in hindsight, it's like, you kind of get what you pay for. It's not that expensive and whatever, but I like this brush. It came in a set of like 3. It came with this one. It came with these 2 as well. And I got it during Christmas time. That's the only time I buy brushes, is during like the Christmas holiday time, because that's when you're gonna get your best deals on makeup packages. Like, if you wanna like ball out on yourself and get yourself really good makeup and like not at a crazy price, wait till Christmas time, like in the holiday time. Like, you will find all your best brushes then. Don't buy them before. Don't buy them any time of the year except for the holiday time. I'm telling you, you save so much money that way. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take both of these and mix them together. So I usually just do like 2 dabs of this, or 3, and then 2 of that, and just brush it in. And it helps with coloring and shaping, and it doesn't look too, see how it doesn't look too dark? That added redness to this really does help tremendously. And it's like I found the perfect ratio between the 2 of mixing. It's 3 parts this one, 2 parts this one. I really hate that I can't find the CoverGirl one, the bronze one, anywhere. I think they discontinued this line, but it really sucks because it's like, that was like a really good product. So then you have to outsource and then find other products. It's annoying. Like, why can't we ever just keep something good? And I'm just gonna go over the highlight so it don't look too bright in the center, like it looks weird. And I'm just making sure I get right here too, because sometimes I'll be forgetting to get this area. And I'm just gonna take a little bit of the Sun Stalker and go underneath my eyebrows to kind of take away some of that highlighted look. Not too much to the point where it looks flat, but just enough where it's not so shining bright like a diamond and going crazy and looking too highlighted and all of that. I just hate that you can see my hair growing back in, but it's necessary because I'm trying to grow back my eyebrows. After years of doing a straight eyebrow, I'm going to now be more on the natural side. Don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna be doing my eyebrows, but it's just, I want, when I'm not wearing makeup, I want my eyebrows to be there too. I'm reaching that point in my life. This ponytail is sending me. I just really like how this hair looks like it could be my hair, and it's really not. I like this little puff. Okay. Now I'm going to do a little bit of setting powder just to kind of like make sure the rest of my face isn't going to like fall off. Just a little bit. This is the Il Makiage setting powder, translucent loose powder. And just take a little bit onto the brush and sweep inwards. Reason why you don't want to sweep going outwards is because you're gonna ineffectively blend out the work that you've already done. So you always want to blend going in towards the face. And then areas where, like, you know, the brush necessarily you don't want to touch, you just kind of like lightly tap it on. I usually just tap it onto the center of the face. And voila. Next, I don't really know what I want to do with my eyes. I'm trying to figure that out. I got a couple new palettes. I got this Remember Me palette. There's this place on 28th Street if you live in the city, and they have like wholesale makeup, and I saw this there and I just thought to myself, how freaking pretty. Like, I like the colors, and they all like are really pretty, like intense too. Like, they're not like just like whack non-intense. Like, they all got a pretty good intense, well, maybe not this yellow. This yellow is kind of chalky, but like, you get the gist. Like, you could do some fun stuff with this. They're mostly matte shades. I don't know. I always get like super excited about doing color, and then when I see the color, I'm like, I get nervous. But I did get some really pretty glitters as well. I am excited about. I have another glitter palette, which I feel like I talked about these. I'm not sure. I feel like I did. I have another glitter one, and this one has some pretty shades as well. They're not exactly the same, but some of them are, but for the most part, they're like different colors. But they're cute. I don't know. Maybe I'll do something rose goldy. This is like a rose gold. That's pretty. They're all really pretty. Like, when you look at them, they're all like really like, I want to use this. I want to, like, it makes you so inspired. especially like something like this. Like green is my favorite color of all time. Like I love the color green. It's really pretty. It stands out to me. It stands out on every person who wears it. So maybe I'll do something with green. I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling. I want to add something in my crease right now though. And I'm gonna use this Subculture palette. This palette got so much negative reviews on YouTube. I don't know why, because she is sickening. Like, I like her. She works really well for me. I'm gonna use this color, which is called Fudge, and it's a warm reddish brown, kind of like a brick almost. Ooh, my nose. I feel like there's like a little hair there. But I'm just gonna take a little bit of that, not a lot. We're gonna just work that in my crease, and this is just to define my crease because I have really good eye space. My eyelids they got some space, so I need to kind of fill them up, or else I will look sort of with my hair pulled back like this. If I don't do anything on my eyes, they kind of look a little bit strange because they're so like wide, and like the lid is it's pretty big. So I like to do a little bit of contouring, eye contouring, when I wear my hair up in a bun, just because I feel like there's a lot of space there and it needs to be taken up. And I always do it in a shape like this. I remember when I went to school for makeup, it was like such a faux pas if you blow on your brushes. Like, you cannot blow on your brushes. Stop blowing on your brushes. Which I get it because it can carry bacteria. But when it's me personally, I can do it. Do you like the Jackie Aina palette? Truthfully, I've never tried the Jackie palette. I don't even know what it looks like. I would know it if I saw it on the street. I don't know that palette. I've never seen it. Like, I don't really follow, like, I like makeup. Everybody knows that, but like I said, like, I stick to the products that I'm so used to them. And it's probably a little bit corny because it's like, girl, when are you gonna ever try something new? But it's like, when you find an algorithm and it works for you, I just kind of like stick to it, because it's just, after a while, like, how many, like I said, you can't keep reinventing the wheel. Like, those colors have been out before, I probably have them, just in different palettes and things like that. But it's like, I'm not gonna keep buying a whole bunch of palettes. Like, y'all are not gonna trick me into that. Not y'all and like, y'all, but like the purveyors of makeup, like the people who are out here like, this is what you need to get, this is what like, y'all not gonna make me get stuff that I already have. It's just not gonna happen. I'm not easily like mind fucked. Not to say that people are mind fucked, but it's just more so like, things work for you, you kind of like just keep it. Oh, that would be sickening if I did like, because I like green. If I did this green right here, which is kind of like a pukey green, and it looks a little bit ugly, but I feel like if I did this green with some of this glitter on top, like this, like kind of like mossy kind of greenish, and maybe a little bit of pop of that might actually be really cute. And then keep the top pretty bare. Or do a cat eye. Keep all the drama focused lower. I don't know. Or, because I did see this really cool Instagram post where she used a green like the one I showed you. Kind of sort of like this one. She used it, and she did like a shape with it, but then she took the eyeliner and kind of like this. I think I'm gonna do that just for entertainment purposes. I've never done it before. I kind of want to see how it would look. Ooh, hold on. Maybe have some fun with it. Why not? I felt pretty inspired waking up today, so let's see how I can make this either work or I'm gonna fuck this up. We'll see. All right, so I'm gonna use some. I need like something to paint this on with. I guess I could use this. This never fails me. Oh. Dropping all the palettes, child. Okay, let's try it. Got powder on it. Okay. I really mostly just need this for shaping purposes. One thing, I wish I could show y'all the picture I'm talking about. I probably could pull it up on my laptop so that y'all could see like exactly what I'm talking about in terms of the look I'm trying to do right now. But I'm pretty sure like if you're like following makeup pages and stuff like that on Instagram, maybe you've seen it. Maybe. But if not, then you'll see it here first and I'll kind of accredit it to who it belonged to. Because I don't remember the name of the page that I found it on. But I loved it because it was my favorite shade of green. That like mossy, dirty. I do like emerald green too. Emerald green is really pretty. But I do like a more mossy, grimy, slimy kind of green. Those are really pretty. Like if I ever get a chance to design like a gown, she's gonna be velvet, that kind of slimy green with black lace trimmings. Like I got it all in mind. Like if I can get my way into the Met Gala, whatever it's called, like I already know what I'm gonna be serving. I know what I'm gonna serve. Depending on what the theme is, I already know what I want to serve. Or to like a really prominent like charity event, like I know what I want to serve. And I had the means to make the dress myself. Because I can sketch out and draw and design the dress, sure. But I want the capital to actually make her. I want the dress to be made. I guess that's pretty even, or as even as it's gonna get right now, considering. I'm just gonna smooth this out with a synthetic brush. This might actually turn out to be cute, y'all. I'm feeling pretty hopeful right now. Okay. I'm trying to think if I need to like make any adjustments. Think very lightly. I could add a little more here so that it's even. Okay. All right, now now that that's done, I'm gonna take the color, finally, with a very good packing brush, something that's layered. And the reason why you want layered and tapered is so that it can pack on really good. So I want to show you the difference. Like something like this, I don't know if you can see, but something like this, where you pull back and the hairs are not starting from here, that's not the kind of brush you want to pack with. A brush like this, where the hairs are poking out from the bottom and it's tapered, this is the kind of brush you want to pack on product with. So I'm gonna use this color. It's called Maturity. This is from that Remember Me palette from Amore Us. I've never heard of that brand. But I'm really gonna pack this on. This color is really unusual. That's why I really want to use it so bad, because it's like, yo, I've never seen this color. I mean, I've seen it in that post, but in person, no. Maybe I need to wet my brush. I'm just gonna spray a little bit of setting spray on it, because it's not showing up as intensely as I would like. Yeah, okay, there we go. That's the color. I really want this to like pop out. Hold on. So what I'm gonna do, because the color is not popping the way I want it to, is I'm gonna use a little bit of a, what is this considered? A base. I'm gonna take a little bit of that base, and I'm going to just kind of lightly tap it onto the lid, because what I laid down as my base wasn't wet enough, so this will make it stick for sure. There we go. I like it. This color is super cute. And what I like about it is that it's like just so unusual, the color. It's kind of like a snot green, which sounds gross, but I think it's pretty. I'm wondering if you're like seeing it in like real color. Okay. Yeah, there you go. I wonder if that palette has that green in there too. Kind of. This palette kind of has that green in there too, like one I'm using, but not as close. This color is like very Grinch, Stole Christmas green. Okay. Take a little bit more of this. I'm gonna actually put that on first. Okay. Made a bit of a mistake. Hold up. There we go. This front part is always so hard because it's so small, but yet you need it to be so detailed. Now, like I said, this part doesn't have to be absolutely 150% perfect, because what I'm about to do next is really kind of not perfect either, and it kind of will tie it all in. I wish I had a reference photo to show y'all, but I feel like maybe once I'm about to do what I'm about to do, maybe you'll kind of recognize where I'm going with this, if you've seen the photo at least. So she kind of just like did a bunch of these little sporadic these little sporadic like little lines. Which I thought was really fucking dope. It was like really whimsical and really pretty. Hopefully I'm doing it justice. I like the last one I just did. I'm making a mess over here. With lashes and everything like that, like, you have to consider, you know, I know it's a little bit strange and out there, but when I'm done, you'll see, hopefully, the method to the madness. Okay, this is definitely looking more fun. Really gonna make this part stand out, kind of. I'm just kind of adding a little bit more of the color in there to really make it bold, so that it's like really apparent that it's like bright green. I'm covering up some of the ones that I don't really want in the picture, you know? Like I said, because this look is very whimsical and fun, it's okay if it's not like perfect in every single part, because we're still gonna add lashes. Well, I'm still gonna add lashes, and is a little bit big. This guy. Gonna let it dry in order for it to work. And I'm just gonna do the liner on this side. I wish they could let you play music on YouTube. They be bugging. But other times, like, depending on who the YouTuber is, like, you can see them playing music. It's like, I guess it just depends on who you are on YouTube. It's really strange. Like, how come this person can play music, but I can't? Huh? I want to know. YouTube. That part is annoying because it's like, it can really create a vibe, you know? Especially the music that I listen to. I think it does. Like, they still are, like, listening somehow. Like, I don't know how, but they hear everything. I don't know if they got, like, robots, you know, that are just, like, following what the YouTubers are doing and, like, the music and stuff. But, like, certain people can get away with it. Certain people. Not all. Not everybody. I wish we all could. Because I have some songs that I would want to listen to right now that would also create an awesome vibe for my subscribers and my guests who come in and, you know, care and want to watch me. Like, I know some songs that would, like, because I don't listen to, like, a lot of the stuff that's on the radio. I listen to a lot of stuff from, like, what I find and what I like, you know? I don't do a lot of, like, radio stuff at all, really. The stuff that I really like, I find, and they're not, like, major artists. And another cool thing I really like about listening to artists that are up and coming is that you could be a part of the, you know, of seeing them rise and seeing their successes and their accomplishments and stuff like that on, like, that kind of level, you know? Not just like, oh, they've already made it, they're already, like, super successful and, like, they're there, they where they want to be. Like, I appreciate the grind, you know. They're the artist is a little bit more hungry and more, you know, down to earth in that way, when they're still, like, on the rise and stuff like that. Like, a lot of the artists that I listen to, I've actually had, like, conversations with them, you know, and They're really nice people, and you know, which is dope. Like, how many times can you say you've talked to some of your favorite artists and like vibed with them, you know? Not many people. I guess it's about who you know. Perhaps. Ow, my ankle. Ankle really hurts. I was sitting on it like a weirdo. Okay. Now I'm gonna put on some glitter. I wanted to put on a little bit of powder first. Maybe like a navy blue would really kind of offset the look a little bit. You gotta follow me. And the reason why I'm choosing like a navy blue is so that when I put the glitter on top, it really will like make everything pop. Because one of the colors, blue, thinking, does blue and yellow make green? I think so. I don't know what two colors make. I feel like blue and yellow makes green, yeah. So I'm just using a little bit of primary colors to really make this stand out. So that navy blue, because it is essentially a part of green, is gonna really make this look really balanced. So when I add that glitter on top, it's not just like floating and not having anything to kind of like back it up. Cause I kind of want this look to all make sense when it wraps up. So y'all not like, what the fuck? This girl has some shrooms. Alright, so I'm gonna be taking this bluish green. Depending on what lighting you get, it turns blue or it turns green. This one right here has a bit of blue and green glitter in it. And I'm just gonna pop that right underneath. Right underneath everything. I'm gonna take some of it and kind of like drag it down a little bit so that it fades out. And then you just see sparkles underneath the blue. Some mascara, then lashes, and let's see how the look pulls together with everything combined, because I feel like with the lashes it's really gonna take this look to the next level. All right, and these lashes, I don't really even know the name of them, because you know when you have so many lashes and you kind of just take them off and put them in the tray, take them off and put them in trays, like you end up losing and forgetting the original box it came in, and that's usually my problem. But I do know they're a beauty supply brand, and it's like an off brand. It's not like anything super expensive or anything like that. I know I paid like $4 because all my lashes are about $3 or $4 depending on where I get them from. So I'm gonna try to look up what boxes came in. I love this lash glue because as soon as you put it on, you could just pop it right on in and it will stick. The thing about lashes like these is that I do not like to put mascara on them because I want to keep the integrity of the lash and how it came. And I feel like when you put on mascara, it could either clump them together or separate them, or whatever kind of mascara you got is going to do that to the lashes. And I feel like these lashes are already pretty much dramatic straight out the pack. So I don't think they need any like real fine tuning or anything like that, because I feel like they just come so naturally, like elegant. See, it's kind of sickening. Like, it's fun. I just gotta put some black mascara in the bottom here, and that's gonna really also take this look to the next level. I might add a little bit of this other glitter at the bottom. It's more of a chunky glitter, so it's gonna add dimension, which is this one right here. This is by Urban Decay. It's called Heavy Metals. This is so cute. One of my favorites at the moment. Glitters. And just very lightly just add a few of these really chunky glitters in there. Like I said, to add some add a bit of texture in terms of sizing of the glitter. Like, small glitter is cute, but also chunky glitter to kind of offset that smaller glitter, I would recommend. It adds a bit of a mermaid effect to it. You don't need a lot of this if you plan on redoing this look. This look is a little bit out there, but she's still cute. Like, if you're a scene girl, like some girls here in New York City that are like scene girls and kind of like are into more spaced out, kind of more avant-garde sort of looks that are just, you know, out there, this is like a fun look for that. Because when I saw the picture of this, I was like, oh my god, this look is like sickening. But a lot of people probably won't like really fuck with it because it's not like a traditional like one set thing. But I was like, I would try it. So here I am actually trying it. This lash glue is Duo, and it's the brush on adhesive one. It looks like this. It's Duo. It's the best lash glue in the game. I do not like the other lash glue where you have to wait 30 seconds for it to dry up. This one, like, you can just put it on straight away. Because I'm impatient. I want to see what the look looks like, you know, with everything, you know. And I don't want to wait for it to dry and all of that. Like, no, I got things to do. Alright, so I'm going to put some black eyeliner in the waterline. And then some mascara on top of my bottom lashes, which I haven't done yet. And that's just going to tie everything and marry everything together so that we have one happy union. what would be really pretty? I keep adding more stuff and saying, you know what would be really pretty? And then that's how I end up hating the look, but this one will actually be pretty. Is if I kind of like bring this down just a tad, just a little bit. This is so fun. See, I don't ever really play in makeup like this now. When I first started doing makeup, I would do stuff like this. Just like play in it and like see what I could create or see what I could recreate rather too. I just woke up feeling like I want to do something creative, but on my face. Like I could have painted, and maybe today I'll buy some stuff to do some crocheting, because that's one thing I want to start doing as well too, is crocheting. I want to crochet my own sweater. I saw this one sweater on Free People, and it was $810. I'm like, what the who? Why is it $810? That's a lot of money for a damn sweater. So I was like, you know what? I'm really talented with my hands, so perhaps I can learn how to sew and make my own. You know, I am that girl when it comes to like stuff. If I can like find a way to make it myself, I will definitely try to find a way to make it myself. If it's like out of my price range and I can't bite the bullet and just buy it, I learn how to make it myself. My little edges popped up. They did not stay down. I guess the product is not working. I used Style Factor. She's cute when you first put her on, but then after a while, you be like, wait a minute. This is not how I left the house. So I might have to reapply something else. Maybe I should go to my friend's drag show. It's having a drag show out here in Brooklyn on Mesrel Street. And I'm like, I'm feeling extra draggy right now, but that's later on tonight, and I'm probably going to be crashed by that time, so maybe not. I'm just going to add some mascara to the tops, very tops of these lashes, just so that you can see them a little better. Stop it. I feel like this is pretty. It's very different, but it's also really pretty in my opinion. I like the way it looks. I'm just gonna shorten this side a little bit because it was a little long in the tooth. But really, lashes can transform just about anything. Like if you have a look and you're not really 150% sure how she's gonna turn out, throw some lashes on her and she's probably gonna be just fine. I'm telling you. I'm just dusting off some of this powder from my face. I wonder if I have like if I should keep it matte. Like I'm feeling like I want to add glitter on top too, but I feel like I need to leave it alone so I can have somewhat of a contrast. Like there's matte and then there's like crazy intense sparkle at the bottom. But I really want to see how it would look with glitter at the top. But I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. All right, hold on. This is a Il Makiage setting spray. This is for like dry skin. And I usually apply this right before I put on my highlighter. This stuff smells so good. It actually smells really, really good. And it leaves like a slight dewiness to the skin that is really pretty and becoming. Okay. It's actually quite pretty and it's really becoming. For highlighter today, I'm going to use this one by Fenty. And this one is called Penny for You Thoughts. And it's kilowatt foil. And I've been using it as a highlighter because it has such chunky particles in it that it could either be used as an eyeshadow or a highlighter. And I use it as a highlighter. But the chunky particles don't really show up so much on the skin as I would have hoped. So what I do is, to make them show up, I tap it on. And it will show up a lot better. Somewhat. Sometimes. Depending. And it has a rosy hue, so it kind of subs as a blush as well too. It's kind of rose goldy a little bit. Okay. For lipstick, I kind of want to do something really... Should I just stick with a gloss? Because I always do gloss. Ooh, this would be interesting. Kind of like a burnt burgundy, like a really dark burgundy liner with a clear gloss. I feel like that would be pretty or interesting in the very least. Let's see. If I don't like it, I'll always try something else. But we're just experimenting here, seeing what sticks. I really hate that this company went out of business. This is by OCC. And the color is Black Dahlia. But basically you could use Night Moth from MAC if you can't get your hands on this one. Yeah, you can use Night Moth from MAC. And it should give you the same effect, if not even better. Because while this one is cute, it's not really as dark as I would like it to be. So I want it to be like a black and purple. Maybe I should just use a little bit of my Night Moth just to darken it just a little bit. This is Night Moth. I'll swatch them side by side for you guys so you can see that they're pretty much the same thing. This is Night Moth. That's Night Moth. And then this one is Black Dahlia. Actually, they're the exact same thing, so never mind. They're pretty much, that one is the Black Dahlia, that one's Night Moth. So, but let's see anyway. I guess there's no difference whatsoever. Oh no, it's a little darker. Night Moth is probably a little bit more pigmented. and easier to spread. I just need like a clear-ish. Okay, I'm gonna mix these two colors. This one looks red, but it's really green, so I thought it would look nice with this look since I'm doing a reddish kind of liner. But I'm only gonna use that as an accent. This one is pretty much clear. This is by Makeup Forever. And it's one of their plexiglass lip glosses. I'm just gonna add just kind of as an accent. That glittery kind of color. And that's it. It's fun. It's a little bit kooky in a sense, but I just feel like it's whimsical and really cool looking. I want to do a little bit more out here. Where's my liner? But it's really fun, whimsical, especially if you're like, I don't know, if you're into like doing makeup that's not like super traditional and super just what you would see every day. And you don't mind kind of stepping out the box, then you could like this look. Very much so. I like it. I think it's fun. Let's see. Let's see. Better in this lighting. It's interesting. Fix my edges real quick. I really wish they didn't raise up like the way they did just now. I might have to use the actual beeswax. This side pretty much stayed down. I love this little thing. It's so cute. Okay. And that's it. So I'm probably just gonna take a few pictures for Instagram and then wipe this shit off. I might go to Barney's and look at some jackets and see what I can find. Hopefully they have winter jackets out already. I don't really know, but we'll see. Okay. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all soon. Thanks, Sahara Coleman. Thank you, Frida. Who else came through? Thank you, Ronika, if you're still here. Shirley. Thank all of you all for coming in today. Hope you enjoyed the look. It was fun talking with y'all, creating and seeing what I could do. But you all have a good day, and I'll catch you next time.